Page 2. Page 2 is just like page 1, except we don't have just one equation solved for a variable. Both equations are solved for y. This is actually makes our lives easier. For example, number 11, I have negative 4x plus 6 equals y. And then in the second one, I have y equals negative 3x plus 3. Since they both equal y, what am I going to do with them? That's right, set them equal to each other. So I have negative 4x plus 6 equals negative 3x plus 3. Now I'm just going to solve for y or x. I like keeping my variables positive, so I'm going to add 4x to both sides. Kate, are you talking?
I was explaining what we did yesterday.
He can figure it out. Okay, negative 3x plus 4x is 1x, or just x. Bring down the plus 3. Then I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. Six minus 3 is 3. 3's add up to 0. That equals my x. So, my x coordinate of my ordered pair is 3. And I have to find out what y is. Okay, pick one. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to pick the top one, only because I picked the bottom one last hour. Y equals negative 4x plus 6. I'm going to substitute in 3 for my x, because that's what it equals to. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12 plus 6. So y is going to equal negative 6. Easy peasy. Right? 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 Questions, comments, concerns? Didn't I tell you two not to sit next to each other? Okay, pretty easy. Let's look at number 17. Do I have a variable solve for? No. Is there one variable I can solve for pretty easy in either one of these two equations? Yeah. Which one? The bottom. Mainly it's because there's a 1 for a coefficient for the y. So I'm going to solve for that y. Okay, I have a positive 3x or a plus 3x, so I have to undo that. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. These add up to 0. I get my y by itself. Be careful. Do not combine these. Okay, these are not like terms. This one has an x with it. In fact, I'm going to put my x term first. Negative 3x minus 7. So that's what my y equals. Now I'm going to take that and substitute it into the other equation I didn't use for the y. Because this is y equals. So, negative 4x minus 5, and I'm going to substitute in a value for the y, equals 24. My y was negative 3x minus 7. Okay, now I got some figuring to do. Negative 4x is, nothing's happening to it. I'm going to bring it down. I have a number out in front of parentheses, so I'm going to distribute the negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 3x. Positive 15x. Negative 5 times negative 7. Positive 35. Alright, I have like terms on the same side of the equal sign, so I'm going to combine like terms on the same side. Negative 4x plus 15x, 11x, bring down my 35, equals 24. Subtract 35 from both sides. I get 11x equals 24 minus 35, negative 11. Divide by the coefficient, 11. So x is going to equal negative 11 divided by 11 is negative 1. So there's my first coordinate. My x is negative 11, or negative 1. Now, normally I would say go back to your original one equations, but this time I'm going to use this one. I'm really confident I have this right. This is going to be easier to figure out what y is. But y equals negative 3. I'm going to substitute in negative 1 for my x. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3 minus 7. So y is going to equal negative 4. And there's my answer. These get pretty lengthy. Try not to skip too many steps because it's really a pain if you make a mistake early and you work through the whole thing and it doesn't match. You start all over. Let's do 18. What variable am I going to solve for? I'm going to solve for the x in the bottom one, because it has a coefficient of 1. Okay, I'm going to subtract 3y from both sides. These add up to 0. X is going to equal, do not combine these, negative 3y minus 12. Now, be careful. Don't automatically put this in for y. I've seen so many students just take this, substitute it in for the y here. I solve for x this time. Substitute it in for the x. So I have negative 4. I have my value for x minus 2y equals 8. Okay, my x is negative 3y minus 12. Distribute the negative 4 times negative 3y. I get a positive 12y. Negative 4 times negative 12, the positive 48. Bring down the minus 2y because it's outside the parentheses. Combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. 12y minus 2y, 10y. I have my plus 48 equals 8. Subtract 48 from both sides. So I get 10y equals negative 40 divided by the coefficient 10. So what does y equal? Negative 4. Good. Okay. Going to go back to the one where I have the variable isolated. I have my y value, which is negative 4. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. So what's x going to equal? 0. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay. You have a half an hour to finish this packet. We should be able to take a quiz on this Friday, right? If you need help,